Are we live? Yeah, well, we're live. Okay. You've seen all those, I was in special forces, stale sales pitches focused towards preppers. You won't get that here. What you'll get here is a trauma kit that will work every time and is fine-tuned just for you. Have you ever asked yourself why prepper items are so expensive? It's simple. Someone's trying to make money for their business. They do it by marketing their personal background. Then they put it in a military-style pouch or pack. Every effort is made to make it tactical. We're not a business, so we don't need to pay the rent on a warehouse or make payroll. And we're not in a war zone, so tactical isn't really a thing we're worried about. After seeing the crappy 75% solutions that are being peddled to preppers, we decided to do the real research and have designed a kit that will work, is cheap to maintain, and you can actually train with. We have leveraged several of our friends that actually treat gunshot wounds weekly, rescue and treat burn victims daily, and genuinely know how to put a kit together that will work. But seriously, we went to one of the busiest firehouses in the nation and asked to see what they're using and how they prepare for emergencies. Do you see any tactical bags? Nope. Now for a little rant that should open your eyes. When you need to provide aid, you need to see exactly what's in your kit. Time equals blood. Seconds save lives. Tactical bags and expensive hanging bags full of zippers, Velcro, and snaps only slow you down from seeing what's in your kit. Then there's the issue of blood all over the tactical bag. Can anyone say, that's stupid, or what now? In many of the overpriced kits that you've seen, and they are overpriced, have any of those companies asked, what size glove do you wear? Try putting a small or overly large glove on your hands, and then try to give aid, or open any of those fancy vacuum-sealed packages. Too funny. Or not cool. Then there's the nitrile versus vinyl issue. Some of the cheaper vendors offering one-size-fits-all gloves so they can save money. Have you ever tried to use them with blood all over them? It's super slippery and super sucks. Don't use vinyl. Ever. Have you ever tried to open one of those fancy vacuum-sealed combat bandages with bloody gloves? I'm guessing no. Who here has had training on the use of modern pressure bandages, like the Israeli bandage, and used them under stress? Maybe a handful of you. Remember the Breonna Taylor body cam video where the cop couldn't get the package open and didn't know how to use the fancy bandage? How many of you have read the studies that show hemostatic compounds add no real added value to stopping the bleeding? You should probably Google that before you spend another penny on products like Quick Clot or any other hemostatic impregnated bandage or cloth. Google is full of information. Here's some. Hemostats don't replace traditional methods of bleeding control. They were designed to enhance them. For example, after the direct application of a hemostatic agent to a wound, direct pressure, elevation, and the application of a tourniquet still should be considered. So basically, it's a tool, but definitely not the first thing used, and definitely not the end-all be-all tool. Apparently, good old-fashioned gauze packed into the wound is the #1 selected method chosen by paramedics and EMTs worldwide. Now you know that. Now to really hurt your brain. In a recent burn victim study, we found this. Patients whose body surface burns ranged from 15% to 98%. Someone please tell me how you're supposed to help a burn victim with a 4x4-inch prepackaged pad that's impregnated with hydrogel. Yep, prepackaged hydrogel 4x4 pads are practically useless. The biggest one we could find was 5x16 inches. So much for rendering aid to fire victims. At this point, we realized that we had to find all the items for this kit, and every one of those items had to work every time. The useless items would be dumped or replaced, and all the items, when used, would be easily replaceable at the lowest possible price. So here's what we decided to do. We're going to build a trauma kit that you can put in your car or carry in your pack or just keep at home that will work every time. We will even leave a little space in the pack for you to add the little things that you think you may need. We're going to call it the trauma kit. Let's be honest, this ain't going to be your mama's first aid kit. Here's the kicker. We're going to do it for less than $100. That's right. We're going to produce this kit for $91. As far as shipping, we will use the good old post office and ship it to you at the lowest price. Our goal is to get the kit in your hands for less than $120, including shipping. Now, if you live in the middle of nowhere, it's not our fault that it costs $7,000 to ship a package to you. For comparison, our overpriced competitor's kit with shipping is $186.69. Because of how we're building these kits, we'll need a commitment from at least 10 people. Once we reach that number, we will begin production and get the kits out to you. Now, the first thing you need to do is send us an email to the address listed below. You need to tell us 3 things: how many kits you want, what your glove size is, how do you want to receive the kit. The last one, number 3, is interesting because if you're part of our group of friends, there is a possibility of your order being hand delivered for free via a network of friends. That's it. That's all. If you would like a kit built, email us below and we'll get started. Oh yeah, one more thing. We did the math. If you want to go out and make your own, have at it. Using Amazon, Walmart, and any other site you like, the kit will cost you no less than $155.76 before taxes and before shipping. That's right, we did the math. But remember, we did the math for you. We're able to build these kits for less than $100 because we buy in mass and have arranged deals with several vendors to purchase bulk items at cost. Now find that email address and get to ordering. Are we clear? Whew, man, I hope they got the message. This stuff is not cheap. Well, hopefully they got it.
Hello, I'm Rumble.
And I'm YouTube.
YouTube, why are you dressed like that?
Well, I've been seeing a lot of violations in the community lately, so I'm enforcing that.
You mean like people not following your policies?
Strike 1!
What if someone tells the truth, but it's labeled as misinformation?
Strike 2!
Wow, what if I want to ask questions and have different opinions on things?
Strike 3! You're out of here!
Now what?
You may appeal to me in 30 days.
Thankfully, we encourage diverse opinions and new ideas.
Strike 4!
Dude, what? There's no such thing as 4 strikes. And I'm not even on your platform.
Strike 5!
Alright, I'm out. You're crazy. Later, dude.
Strike 6!
All right, look, we're here. Let's do a little quick occ check. Somebody give me a 5x5 on comms. That would be super duper fun and cool. It looks like my original live stream link did not work, and I had to start a second one. I still don't know what the hell I am doing with that part of YouTube, but apparently there's 6 people here watching right now, which is something. Over on the Rumble side, looks like we got about 20 people watching, which is good to go. Yes, I still need to fix the tin foil helmets. I only wear these on Don't Give a Boop Fridays and just cuz. Okay, so originally I had a couple things set up on the YouTube side that did not work, but I have moved them over to the new one. There's actually a poll inside of the new link. It says, have you created a written emergency plan for yourself and your family? Please get in there and do a vote. And I think it's a good gut check for you. Honesty is the best policy. Let's see. Oh, it's so much better that way. All that coffee. It's not the hot stuff. Went to breakfast with the honey, did all the good stuff. Ran back here, jotted down a few notes for you guys. That is trash. Let's go ahead and knock out the good mornings. There were a whole buttload on the YouTube side, but let's see what we got over here. I know Leroy's here. Good morning. I can't do first and second, but I can say good morning. Cool Colt, Bradley Collins, Deanna is here. Hey, Deanna, good to see you guys. Let's see, and then let's go over to the super secret chat. I always have to move this over so that I can see things a certain way. That is going to work for me. I think I need to get my third screen in here because this is it's kind of crazy insane the stuff that I have to do to make this kind of stuff happen for you guys. There's nothing in the super secret chat, which is fine by me because that means there's only 3 chats I have to monitor. Super cool. Let's see here. Deanna, okay. Tim's here. I see you, Tim. Let's see. Okay, I think that's about it on the YouTube side. And then what do we got? Super secret. And how are you feeling? Good Boys Guild, thank you for asking. And Jeff, no thanks. Good morning. Gibbsby, good morning. And I'm feeling better. I got up this morning. I did my walk. You guys should have seen the Patreon video. I still feel it right here from when I talk too much. But it's productive. The cough is productive, and that is a good thing. I didn't wake up with a fever, and so I'm trying to persevere. Press forward is what we must do. I guess I had to like push the notification on my clapper here. I got the clapping, and nothing's been the same since then. There we go. Okay, so first things first, guys. I haven't been doing it the last few times, but I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do it today. And here's why: because I think there's some interesting stuff happening. It's a trend that I'm kind of noticing. I need to come over here, and I need to switch to this, and that's not it. I need to. Nope, that's not it either. I'm just not doing anything right this morning. Share screen. There we go. We're going to do that right there. And that one is safe. Okay. So the reason I brought you over here is obviously everything that I do here is based off of the Patreon. Yes, I have a what is it today? Not a GoFundMe, but a buy me a coffee. People use that from time to time because they just want a quick in and out. Maybe they'll go to the Amazon store and I'll get 32 cents every time they spend $1,000, that kind of thing. But the Patreon really keeps this going, guys. And what I've noticed is a trend. People are figuring out that there's a way to save money. Now, some people are doing the $1 a month thing, and some people are doing the $3 a month thing. And what is funny is that so far this month I've had 3 people transition from paying $3 a month to just paying for a year in advance. That gives them 15% off. It's pretty interesting, but it's also beneficial to the platform. It's beneficial to the channel. But I think more importantly, it shows faith and confidence in what I'm doing. Nobody wants to pay for a year's worth of something if they don't believe they're going to get a year's worth of stuff out of it. So those of you that are making that change, hey, I appreciate you guys. And I think I tell you that every time you do it. I actually confirm. We'll message somebody back. Hey, just in case, did you really just update for an entire year? And they'll be like, yep, we're going to knock this out. I'm going to save a little bit of cash and we're going to keep going. I could sit here and tell you about all the cool stuff that you get if you do join. But I think you can read this. You can pause your screen and read all this good stuff. And then, you can do all those things, but it is for you. But I wanted you to know that if you are doing that, I appreciate you. It does keep the channel going. And now I have to work for you for an entire year. It's super duper cool. Okay, so some of the things that I wanted to talk about this morning, I put a poll on the YouTube side. Where is that at? I'm going to have to put that over. Whoa, my ears just kind of freaked out there for a second. Where is that? That is useless. Where is, come here, you. I put a poll in there and it says, have you created a written emergency plan for yourself and your family? And right now, only 29% of people that have taken this poll have done it. That is, guys, listen, I know a lot of you in there are, my Patreons. You guys know that these kind of things exist. And if they don't exist, you better tell me, and I'll give you something to a template within the Patreon's member group on the library drive. Yeah, these are some of the things that should be in there. So if you have not done it yet, maybe you need to hit the print button and break out a pen and paper and think about doing some stuff. Okay. All right, good. I'm going to keep this poll running for a while. I'm going to probably do another one later on now that we've got a little bit of participation going on right now. But we're going to go ahead and close that out. Right. We're going to close that for right now. Looks like Tim's been here. Tim Huther, good morning. And old Doug Frost. He is in the house. All right. So let me go over here to this right here. I wanted to talk to you guys about something. I mean, I've always been about, calling a spade a spade. I've always been about, um, well, excuse me, sticking to the truth. And I've always been able to humble myself. It's something I got taught a long time ago, to learn to kind of humble yourself to certain scenarios that are out of your control, or even in the case where you believed wholeheartedly something was absolutely true, and then you found out it wasn't. And it's really easy to say, I'm wrong. Some people have a problem with that, but I personally don't. So I want to share this with you right here. This is right out of the Facebook group. If you're not aware, there's actually a Facebook page for the Local Prepper. You can find it on localprepper.net. And yeah, it's there. Who is sending me messages? Why am I getting text messages? Why am I getting text messages? The only time I don't answer text messages. No, I'm not answering that. Okay, let's see here. But this was so you guys probably have seen, I'm sporting the gears, lion, not sheep, right? I keep this on. They gave this to me for free with the hat, because it's a mental reminder that sometimes we feel like just kind of laying back and just being sheep and just letting the world pass us by, and no, be a lion, man, be a lion. And anyway, so so I do support the company. And I openly and in public said that it's a solid product. Let me zoom this in for you. I posted this on the Facebook page. I said, solid product, built like it should be. Highly recommend that everyone look into this company for clothing with a voice and style. 5 out of 5 stars. No questions asked. The quality of the hat is impeccable. It's literally the best made trucker hat I have ever seen. Not a joke. I have no affiliateship with the company. I have no connections to the company in any way, shape, or form. So you guys need to know that right up front. Let me break for 1 second. Tefel, good morning. First. And let's see. Tin Man, I don't recognize you, but welcome to the stream and thank you for hanging out if you're still here. Okay, so back on point. We're talking about the Lions Not Cheap company and the hat and how satisfied I am with it. So I got this little comment here. It says, I think it's made in China, not the USA. And here's the thing. I don't remember ever saying that it was made in the USA, right? So if you don't know, Facebook gives me like special tools as the, where are we at here? Oh, way too much zooming going on in there, right there. I'm going to hit this button. Hopefully, I don't know if that's going to be the right button. Hopefully it's going to get, yeah. So if you have your Facebook page listed as a business, you get special tools, and this is what they look like. So it's not a big deal. So there's his comment there. I think it's made in China, not USA. I said, actually, it's not. After I went and looked at the hat. Now, I knew where it was made, but it wasn't in China. And then so the guy's like, then why did he get fined over $100,000 for tearing off made in China tags and replacing them with made in the USA tags? And so yeah, I put the little emoji up there. That makes sense. And so I made this video for the guy. There's my hat. There's the tag. Can you see what that says in there? And you can read it. Let's do that. What's that say? What's that bottom line say? What's that bottom line say? Quit making shit up, man. It's that easy. Okay, so I sent that to him, and I even said, at this point, you're either misinformed, just want to argue, or are simply trolling. Let's see if this clears things up. And that was referencing the video. And in return, he sent me this article right here. It says Utah-based company ripped out made in China tags, replaced with made in the USA tags. Officials say. That's from USA Today. FTC clothing store Lions Not Sheep was faking made in USA labels. Entrepreneur Magazine. Federal Trade Commission, FTC takes actions against Lions Not Sheep and owner for slapping bogus made in USA labels on clothing imported from China. And then he writes, FTC takes actions. Okay, he literally just regurgitated. Pay judgment must. They must pay a judgment of $211,000. Each violation of such an order may result in civilian penalty up to $46,000. Enjoy your day and your bogus hat. So I replied to him because, like I said, learning to be humble is a great experience for not only you to have, but to relay to others as a teachable moment. So I just wrote back to him, said, dude, nicely played.
in the future, maybe open with facts and not the snarky comments. Either way, it's clearly made in Vietnam now. Also, I don't hold it against you for stating facts. In fact, I encourage it and hope to see more of your comments in the future. Stay safe and have a great day. Now, if any of you know me, you know that's exactly how I do business. So, Zachary RS, if you're watching this, guy, you've seen my comment. Hopefully, we'll see you in the future. But yeah, maybe lead with the facts. Maybe educate people. Maybe something like, well, I don't think you're right, and here's why, and here's this link. And I'll be like, whoa, damn, I didn't know that. Wow. Okay. Now, for the record, my mind has not changed. I don't care if it's made in Vietnam. I don't agree with the outcome of the FTC's case. Okay. I think that's a certain level. I don't think the numbers are right, to be honest with you. You know, they say the judgment was for $211,000, but as a result, the civilian penalty up to $46,000. It's like, so how many times did they supposedly do this? This is like a handful of times. What was there a mix-up? I did not go and read the court case because honestly, it's just not worth my time. I'm not going to not like the product that I received. We've all ordered stuff off Amazon that is crap. We've all ordered stuff off Amazon that is really good. And in both cases, a lot of it comes from China. So morals, they probably have strong morals, but ethically, not a sound business or not a sound ethical business decision to do that. And clearly, they may have been caught doing that. It's unsure. Like I said, I did not look in the case, but I'm still going to buy from them. Okay. I like their products. I like what they're selling. I like the quality of their products. So, Zachary, dude, love you, man. But regardless of the label, it's still a great product. And if you don't like that, you can suck it. Love you, man. Okay. Let's see. We're going to go ahead and check on the chat. We're still at 22% say no, we got 9 votes, 22% say yes, they have created a written emergency plan for yourself and your family. Guys, if you have not done that, you probably need to do it. All right, so here's what I need you guys to do. We lost everything from the, you know what, I might be able to pull in some of, you know what, no, actually we lost all of the questions. So I had posed, LP has a helmet on. What have I walked into? What's up, Grumpy Acres, man? Good to see you, bro. Good to see you. I missed your live stream the other day. I tried to get on with you, but everybody's got a schedule. We'll figure something out, man. We'll figure something out. You've got the contacts. You've got the digits that you need to find me. Looks like West Virginia Pappy showed up. Good morning to my friend, and he's probably omnipresent in some way, shape, or form. Let's go ahead and check the Rumble chat. Where are we at here? Let's see here. The new interstate, Gibbsy says the new interstate tax rate hike is going to break a lot of paychecks to paycheck families. I don't see how it's going to make anything better. Oh, the new interest rate, not interstate, man. I wonder how I look with my glasses on with this helmet. Do I look like I should be sitting behind a 1945 freaking typewriter at some tent headquarters on the Western Front? Thank God they're just reading glasses. They're like 1.25 or something like that. They're nothing. But anyway, yeah, the interest rate hike is slowly getting everybody. That leads me to so if you guys don't understand what's happening with the banks, okay, let me break it down for you. So basically, the banks are a self-perpetuating money system within themselves. So basically, you give them money, and in your mind, this is where I'm just keeping my money for. It's safekeeping for my money. But when you give them that money, you're actually a lender, okay? And you're lending them that money so that they can do things with it to make money. And then in turn, what they do is they lend that money out. Well, they do a myriad of things, but to keep it simple, they lend that money out to other people who need loans. Okay. and in return, they will charge a higher interest rate than what you're making on your deposit. So when that money comes in, it goes back into the system, and then it's this perpetuating, regurgitating system of people giving them money and them giving money to other people. Now, yes, they do stock, they buy stocks, they buy bonds, they invest in portfolios. They do a lot of things, but generally they're just giving money out in the form of loans so that they can have higher interest rates and make money off of your money. That's how the banking system actually works. Now, when the Fed decides to raise interest rates, what happens is that cycle shrinks, okay? And when it gets to the core of the problem, or the core of that bank, what happens is they can't get enough people to give them enough money to give to other people, and then in turn make money. So they actually start to lose money. Now, and that's when the term insolvency comes in. So when that happens, you start to have a bank run at the blue chip level. Now, when I say blue chip, these are the guys that are up at the top. We're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars, and they start to realize that the bank, yes, it's becoming insolvent, and then they take their money out of the bank. When that happens, the bank starts to shrink. Well, apparently yesterday there was another bank that went down. That's First Horizon. Yesterday on the announcement that they were looking for, there was supposed to be a deal for another bank to bail them out, but that fell through. And then when that fell through, the bank stocks plummeted by 50% yesterday. Honestly, I have not looked at it today, but today is definitely Bad News Friday. It always is. This is when they get us. If you go and look at all the bank crashes, if you over the weekend, it's going to be FDIC takes control of First Horizon. You know, it's always the same thing. It's like they're just copying and pasting. Oh, it's Friday. Copy and paste this. Change the name. Boop, send it out. And that's how they're doing business. So, you know, those are things that to look at. Let's see. Hey, my Rumble went down back on here and not YouTube. Gotcha, Frosty. That's hilarious. Back on here. Back on here. You're on Rumble, Frosty. Make up your damn mind. Let's go ahead and check the chat. That's why you do CDs instead of having a savings account. It's just okay. That's a DJ Skinny Butt. I'm just calling you DJ. DJ, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. It's tinfoil 2. It's too funny. Okay, so I'm not seeing a lot of questions in here, so it's time to add some questions, guys. I need you to post some questions in the chat, and so we can answer those questions, or a simple topic of discussion. This is Freeform Friday, and there were a lot of questions in the original chat, so I can only apologize. That's literally all I can do. There's nothing I can do about it. So I think until I can get some master of the YouTube universe to teach me how to do the scheduling feature, so that people can actually enjoy it the way they were before it all failed. I'm just going to have to go with boom, we're on. It's just that easy. I apologize, but it is productive. Like I said, I was able to get a good 2-mile walk in this morning. I'm feeling great, but the cough can take a lot out of you. All right, let's see here. I'm still waiting. You guys should be typing fools. You should be typing your little brains out right now with either a comment or a question. You know, obviously I've got some stuff to talk about too while you're doing that. So don't be a slacker. Don't be a slacker. Get in there and do the thing you're supposed to be doing. We got some people in the live stream in the super secret chat. Let's see here. Frosty says can't find the chat on Rumble. If you guys didn't know this, Rumble did an update yesterday, and it broke a lot of stuff. Some of the stuff is back operating today, but also Rumble has fixed their live stream or live chat capability so that if you're using your phone, it may look different than normal. I do not know. I simply read what I read, and now I'm regurgitating it to you back with you. Alrighty then, says there's nothing wrong with glasses. Laugh out loud. Well, I've in my past life, it's kind of like a pilot who wears glasses. People don't have a lot of faith in him, and in my last job, my eyes were a huge part of what I did. So I never wore glasses. I only need them now as I get older because my I'm farsighted as hell. I mean, every time you guys see me like look that way, I'm literally looking 300 yards down my driveway and looking at anything that's happening down there because I think I heard something, and it's crisp and clear. But like up here, whoa, not so much. Not so much. I'm going to go ahead and close that. That's just sucking up RAM on my PC. Let's see here. I'm still waiting for those things. There we got. Yeah. If you guys haven't heard about the just as a passing point, the illustrious super duper presidential dude that is pretending to run our country. He's claiming that he just created 25,000 or 250,000 jobs in the month of April. And he say that's 12.7 million jobs since he took office, and unemployment rate that is lowest since 1969, and the highest share of workforce people in the workforce since 2008. My plan to invest in America is working. So I sent him a little reply. I always like replying. It's nice to reply to El Presidente. But I mean, you literally are just replying to the worst White House social media team on the planet. So I said, except you're lying. The numbers mean nothing when everyone has 2 jobs. Yeah. Those are the facts. Those are the facts. All right. Looks like we got a few questions that are coming in right now. I think I'll be happy with that. Let's see here. Let's see. Talk of a government shutdown has started. Thoughts? Okay, that's a good question. DJ is posting. I'm going to click that. DJ is posting. First Hawaiian, West Alliance, and Bank of America and Wells Fargo shares are selling off. Posted 23 hours ago by Business Insider. Yeah, there was a guessing game that was going on, and which would be the first big bank to start having these problems. And I immediately was like, Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo has always been surrounded by problems. You remember about 5 or 6 years back, they got caught. They had duplicate accounts for people, right? And they were selling. They were giving loans to these duplicate accounts under your names, and then collecting interest rates on that money, and then you didn't see a penny of it. It all happened invisibly. They were making money off of your money on fake accounts, and they got caught doing it. It was actually a pretty big scandal that they were able to brush under the rug. Very few people even knew about it. Let's see here. Damn, some good ones came in here. All right, so I'm gonna talk about Grumpy Acres has got an awesome question. Actually, talk of a government shutdown has started. Thoughts? Yeah, if your paycheck comes from the government, you should be alarmed. And the reason is because, I'm retired. I believe Grumpy is in the retired status as well. Both served in the Marine Corps. I've talked to him before in the past, and we're going to try and do something in the future. We'll see what happens. But, you should be alarmed. If your income is not based off of the government, then you should be whatever. We're talking government shutdown, that's all we're talking about. Okay, we've been through this before. I went through the government shutdowns in the 90s, and this all came down to, okay, well, stop using your phone, and then stop driving your government car, and and then go home and use your own phone, and no more government credit cards, and no more travel. And they slowly, incrementally cut back. I apologize, guys. It's really trying to come up now. But we got to keep pressing forward. And so it's just incremental is what they do until things start to get real bad and they start to shut things down little by little by little. And they actually have a written plan for all of this so that they can keep the government running as best as possible. Now, if they're talking government shutdown because of the debt, this is a very serious, I cannot emphasize how serious it is if we default. Okay. You're talking about the country being down, its international credit status being downgraded. Now, this actually happened once during the Obama administration, where we were downgraded. And there were reasons for that, but they weren't because we were going to default on the debt. And we've kind of become immune to these scary things because we don't think that the bad stuff can happen. I would ask each and every one of you to take a look at the circumstances surrounding the changing or the moving away from precious metals as a form of currency for the United States, gold and silver. Nixon did it. We went on to the fiat currency. We've talked about this a few times in the past. But I would look at the situations around it, because what basically happened was we defaulted on the debt, or we defaulted on our loans. This will affect every facet of your life. And it's not something that can be immediately turned back on. This is not like the government is going to go, oh, everything's okay now. And they fire up the giant machine, which is the U.S. government, and everybody is singing Kumbaya, and let's all go to Applebee's. That's not what's going to happen. It'll probably take about 5 years. That's what happened during the Nixon administration, or should I say the end of the Nixon administration. It took about 5 years to get the nation back into a point where it could start to become prosperous again. Now, one of the key problems that we have that is very different from that time period is that we still had a very strong work ethic back then. Doesn't exist now. No one wants to work, and the people who are working are disgruntled and angry and unprofessional as hell because they just don't care. That's not an issue. Back then, people who lost their jobs wanted a job. They wanted to get back to work. They wanted to make more than unemployment offers. So, without getting too tinfoil hatty, in the event of us defaulting on our loans, you could be looking at unemployment. You could be looking at anywhere from 30 to 40% unemployment nationally, because everything trickles down. Everything trickles down. The left is notorious for saying trickle down economics don't work. But watch what happens when we default on our loans. Watch what happens. Those people at the top, they're all going to stay unemployed. They're all going to live in their mansions. They're all going to have great times. And what's left of the middle class is going to suffer. But everybody who wasn't strong enough or financially capable enough to stay in the middle class because of what has been going on for the last 3.5 years, bringing them down, is going to find themselves in a world of hurt. We're talking about bread lines. We're talking about the food centers being overwhelmed. We're going to talk about an increase in crime, possibly the increase of organized crime, because businesses don't like to be ransacked, and it costs money to hire reputable, or should I say legal protection. But you know what? If old Johnny's got a couple of friends and he can keep the block safe, yeah, because that's the way it actually used to work before the mafia was bad, before the mafia really got themselves into some serious problems when they got into the drug market. That's how they made a lot of their money, was protection. But and it worked. It absolutely worked. So we could actually end up seeing some things like that as well. I hope that answers your question, Grumpy Acres. It was kind of I thought it was a great question, so I thought you needed an extensive answer. Let's see here. I'm going to go over to the Rumble. I've got another one from Bradley lined up here. But I need to spend some time on the Rumble because the Rumble chat does not come across. Let's see here. Bradley, what? Oh, that's YouTube. Duh. Okay, where's my YouTube? Where's my chat here? Good morning. Hey, Rumble went down. Oh my God, are you serious, Jackson? Good to see you, bro. Tornado people need to have their tornado plans ready. Absolutely. I can't believe there's no question. There's 46 people in the room. Let me hit the refresh button here. Let me make sure my brain is not broken this morning. There are 46 people in the Rumble, okay, on the Rumble account. There are no questions or topics in the Rumble account. And there's only 11 thumbs up. Guys, you're killing me. You're absolutely killing me, man. You know, we need to come on. Let's go. It's not hard. It's not hard. Find that little thummy thing and burp. And yeah, support the channel. I'm going to leave that up there for a few seconds. And then I'm going to go back to the let me check the live stream chat over here. The Humphrey clan says no one wants to work. People don't care. Actually, it's very true. Ian showed up. Hey, good to see you, bro. On the super secret chat. Saw a highlight from Fox/Hannity that Hunter Biden might have some trouble here in the next couple of days. Truth or deep fake? There's no telling, man. Traditionally, the people who are protected stay protected. Unless you can throw him under the bus to save someone else. Now, the problem is he's part of the family. And my guess is that if he was being shady for daddy, he was probably being shady for someone else. So I don't expect. I think that it'll be I cannot comment on an ongoing investigation. It wouldn't be prudent. I think we're going to hear a lot of that until we can get Joe out of here, you know. I posted it. Tina says, hey, Tina, good to see you. I posted in Rumble, so I don't think it's working properly. I do not see it, Tina. I'm trying. And I hit refresh about 10 times. So, yeah, it's I think that the chat in is maybe having a few problems there. I think I just pushed a button and blew something up here. There we go. All right, so let's see here. Bradley has a question here. Let's see. Okay, let's go ahead and push that one. Okay, so in an urban scenario of bugging in, would you find a book on edible plants / fungi very important? You know, I don't know that I would say that it's very important. I would say that any reference that you get is going to be good. Now, here's what I'll tell you. If you're going to get a reference, okay, an edible plant reference, you need a couple of things to make sure that you get it, okay? Because you don't know how many times, I'm not joking, how many times I was handed a reference for edible plants in a specific region that I was going to be operating in, and it was printed in pamphlet form in black and white. Yeah, it's useless. Make sure of two very key things. One, the book is regional, okay? The book is regional. It's going to tell you the plants that are in your area. You don't need to know about whether the hibiscus plant of Western New Guinea is edible or not, okay? You need to know about the plants that are indigenous to your area and whether they're edible or poisonous. The second point, you have to make sure that it comes with color photos, preferably photos that have stages of life of the plant, because sometimes the plant will change colors during the winter, and sometimes the plant looks completely different as it's growing. You know, for instance, cucumbers, they have 3 leaves, actually. They normally grow out with 2 leaves, and then they have these round leaves, and then they have these spiky, pointy leaves. Leaf that pops out as it starts to get older. You see what I'm saying? So being able to identify them in their different stages of life. If you can find one that does that and meets the other 2 prerequisites, then you're good to go. I can see where you're asking, can you give me a good book to have for such an event? Bradley, message me in the Discord and I will try and find one for you. They are difficult to find, but once again, I'm going to need more particulars like, hey, where are you at? What state are you in? You know, what region of the state do you live in? You know, like what county do you live in? That kind of thing, because I don't want you to be looking for plants that are freaking not going to be found in your part of the state. You might live in the lowlands, and the only thing they offer is stuff that's in the highlands. And that's the kind of data that you need for that kind of book. And hopefully I answered your question. We're kind of playing. When I first started playing this live stream game, it was a game we used to call Stump the Prepper. And we get stumped from time to time. I actually kind of think of it as quite challenging, you know? All right, let's see here. Where we got? Cool Colt. What do we got here? Okay. No thanks to decline the shot that shall not be named. I lost all my time served as I walked away from it all. Ouch! I'm so hard to hear. I'm so sorry to hear that, Grumpy. Hopefully there'll be some court cases that will come up, and you know, and maybe you can reclaim some of that. I'm so sorry to hear that. Cool Coat. Let's see how that shows up. Vehicle equipment and home health. General knowledge of operational spare parts. Frequently find people uneducated. I don't really see this as a question, Colt, but vehicle equipment and home health, general knowledge of operations, spare parts, frequently find people uneducated. Okay, so we're just going to categorize this as general knowledge. You know, one of the things that when I think about the Patreon, and I'm not trying to promote the Patreon right now, I should really put that up, but I'm not going to. One of the things that I think about when I fill the Patreon is, am I wasting your time? And the second thing is are you using the information that I've given to you? Because we as preppers don't actually educate ourselves very often. I know it's scary. You would think that we'd be doing it all the time, just like crazy preppers, but we don't. One of the things that I try and do, and I'm not perfect, but one of the things that I try to do is I try to educate myself on a subject for at least 15, 20 minutes every day. Just like never stop bringing in that information, you know, whether it goes in or out, whether it sticks around, whether it gets locked into the old brain housing groups for future use, doesn't matter. I'm always trying to absorb more information. And I'm not talking about giving up an hour of your life. I'm talking about the 7 minutes that it takes to read an article that might actually have information in it that can help you in your preparedness journey. So generally, you should be looking at things like, you know, the vehicle, your equipment maintenance, your home, health, general knowledge, I don't know what general knowledge of operations. I guess the general knowledge of operations of an engine or a vehicle. Yeah, take time to learn things. Take time to learn things. And that's one of the reasons that I give you the articles and videos and podcasts that are inside that Patreon. All right, let's see here. Window Liquor, thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate it. You're going to be old nice hat. Yeah, it's like you've never seen this thing before. Let's see. Stealing the girlfriend's salad bowl. No, actually, dude, this is actually like one of those. It's a fancy. Someone sent it to me. This is actually no, it's not a joke. It's like a fancy, costume helmet from like World War II. I just put tinfoil over the top of it because some days the tinfoil hat just isn't strong enough and you need a tinfoil helmet. Let's see here. Allowed 1 month, but they asked us how many months. Oh, that's cool. Catitude, I think that's great. That's absolutely great, you know. Let's see here. Redneck Prepper showed up. Hey, what's up, Go? What's up, man? Good to see you. I think I would become a warlord if SHTF. RC says 14th like. Oh, I got you. You're counting my likes. I love it, man. I love it. Okay, let's see here. Read and learn while you do your business. Hey, some people do that. It's like, so that's almost, what, I'm going to put that. I'm going to put that on here because I think that this is a learning point. I think it's something that we've forgotten ever since we put these in our freaking hands. These things are the death of the world, not a joke. Unbelievable tool if they are treated as a tool and not a force of your daily dopamine. So, years ago, when I was coming up, there was always something to read on the back of the toilet. And at some point, somebody said, you know how much human waste is floating around and on that? Nobody cared and nobody got sick. Anywho, there were nifty little books like the Dirty Joke book, Popular Mechanics, Time. There was always a magazine of Dad's favorite choice. It's either Bassmaster or Fishing this or Hunting that. And so for that amount of time that you sat on the throne, you actually could learn something. I'm going to task every single one of you to put something on the back of your toilet to make it reachable for you to read and look at and maybe gain a little bit more knowledge. I think that's an awesome comment, Chris. All right, let's see here. If it doesn't start, why? If the lights are out, what could it be? If the water isn't flowing, what's not working? The kind of general knowledge. I got you, Colt. Okay, let me check the, I usually focus on one thing at a time until it's accomplished. Ham test will be Tuesday night, if next week. Nice. Good job, Bob. I love it, man. And it looks like Humphrey Clan has already found, who was asking for that? I want to say Blaine. That's not right. Bradley, has already found Bradley a book that could be a possible fix. I'll take a look at that later, Humphrey Clan. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. There's something in the members chat as well. They're just saying hi. Okay, so while I wait for another unbelievable question, let me check the clapper. You look okay with glasses, Poindexter. Wear them when needed. They're just reading glasses. They're Walmart reading glasses. By the way, I used to be able to get a set of Walmart a pair of 2 Walmart reading glasses for like $5, and now a single set of crappy plastic ones from China from Walmart at $10. Figure that one out. Hot Rod Magazine, Hustler. No, dude, you can't be reading no Hustler sitting on the pot. You're going to end up doing something else. That's no. Let's see. What's Street Practice says practicing with the gear you acquire instead of waiting till SHTF. Valid point. Valid point. You guys have probably seen the series of my bug out bag. I do my walks and some of my runs with my bug out bag. It is at the edge of 40 pounds. It will lay waste to your body if you let it. I had to ask somebody the other day. It's like, have you ever had to run with it? You see in the movies where these guys like super soldier running with all their battle gear and a 100-pound pack and you know what? And it can be done. It can be done because I've done it. But you know what? You can't do it for very long. You cannot do it for very long. And you need to be physically fit enough to it. To do it, to accomplish it. It's no joke. I got one of them. I used to be able to do road marches in the grunts. They call it humping. No, it's not derogatory. It's just what they call it. Forced march, whatever you want to call it. And, I was never that big, but I could always basically hump with the biggest guys. No problems. I used to carry more gear than some of the biggest guys would because it's all in your head. Your body will follow your brain. It's just that easy. Your body will only fail after it can't follow your brain anymore. And then it's just, you just have to have that moral or that mental toughness that you don't care anymore and that you're just going to keep going. So I always thought it was interesting. I used to ask my troops when they started to fall out, especially the ones that were bigger and stronger than I was, and I would tell them flat out. I said, where were you in 1987? And they were like, and of course they weren't even born. They were just like, this is a stupid question. And I would tell them that's what I thought. I was getting shot at. What is your freaking problem? Why can't you do your job? This is your job. The gym is not your job. Your paycheck is not your job. Your job is to move this gear with your body. And when you get there, destroy the enemy with it. And you can't do it. How come I can? And they would shut up. Mentality, you have to focus that on using the gear instead of putting it on a shelf. Now, before the hypocrites jump out and say, "Whoa, your stuff's on your shelves," if you guys know me, I've used every bit of that gear. That is like my go shelf right there. That is where the stuff, like if I need power, boom, it's right there. If I need a radio, boom, it's right there. If I need a reference, boom, it's right there. It's right there. Okay. That's kind of like my go shelf where everybody can come and get what they need. It's like memory's not there, the knowledge is not there, and some of these YouTube preppers are freaking promoting this actual activity. So if you get a piece of gear, before you spend that money, think about how and when you're going to use it. It should not set on a shelf unless it is meant to sit on a shelf, like first aid gear. Okay. And good 10% of that you can train with, believe it or not. But it should not just sit on the shelf. You need to learn how to use your gear. It is that easy. Good comment. It was a good comment, West Virginia Pappy. Let's see here. The mafia just became the government. You pay them to work, live, etc. Yeah, there's some truth to that. What are we here? Put a magazine rack beside the toilet. Double use if you run out of the toilet paper. Yeah, I do remember those days. And it's funny too because you could still buy some of that furniture. If a lot of people don't even know what a magazine rack is. That's hilarious, man. And the ones that you can buy are probably the old cheapos. They're not the good ones that are made out of wood. Let's see here. So is YouTube. What is it? Rumble died. Ah, freaking Rumble. I believe it, man. I don't. Ever since they did that update, it's been nothing but trouble. Let's see. Guys, it looks like Rumble's working here over here. I mean, the chat probably isn't working, but it's still working. It's still working. That was literally me just talking to me. Let's see here. I need to go back to the Rumble. I need to go back to that screen. No, that screen right there. All right. Let's see here. Just thought readers were, where are we at here? I always thought readers were just another badge of wisdom. Well, I mean, yeah, people visitors come into your house. So if you didn't know this, that was actually a term, readers. But they used to publish them. I think they were quarterly, and there were magazines, and that was their purpose. They went in your bathroom, and people could read them while they were doing their business. But people would also judge you if your friends came over to use your bathroom. They would look at whatever you had for reading material in the bathroom, and they would judge you based off of what they saw. So let's see. Bradley says, "Yeah, you're back, Bradley. I never left, bro. I never left. Let's see here. Mito, nice helmet. Yep, today is I don't give a burp Friday, and we got to put the old tinfoil helmet on because the shit can get deep in here. Let's see here. Thought you set off the fact of meat. I don't know. I don't know what that means. I think that if you're implying, Bradley, that I broke the internet with facts, it does happen from time to time, but not today. Let's see here. Brian Smith says Rumble working good here. I don't know what is going on with the Rumble, guys. All I can say is it is what it is. Apparently, I have 40 people watching in Rumble, and we're up to 13 whole thumbs up, guys. Rumble, YouTube. If you haven't hit the damn like, subscribe button, now is the time. Now is the time to prove yourself as a valuable subscriber and contributor to the channel. Just do it. It helps. I'm not going to give you the algorithm lecture. You should probably understand that by now. So get on it. Find that button right now. Stroke my ego. Do something. Let's see here. Tefel says, what are we at here? The real Meg. Hey, good to see you, Meg. I don't recognize you. Welcome to the channel. Tefel says it lagged and paused on Clapper for me as well. Perhaps Temp's small internet issue working now. And there is a possibility because because of the new software that I'm using, I can't actually monitor whether my internet fails or not like I used to. Let's see here. Now with smartphone, I'm sure you've been to the bathroom with a few people. Well, there you go. I mean, that is what is going to happen. Let's see here. Catitude says things froze. Your live paused for over a minute. Wow, that's interesting. But I'm back, and that's what matters. That is what matters. It says there's I got somebody on Twitch is watching us. That's cool. I got nobody on Twitter, and I got nobody. What is going on? Why don't I have anybody? Why didn't Twitter go out? Let me check my Twitter account while we have a few minutes here. We're almost at the end of the show. No, the Twitter's there. The Twitter's good. It says I have one viewer on Twitter. Okay. It's probably me. Anywho, let's go ahead and close that out. That's just sucking up. That's just sucking up bandwidth. Okay, so all right, here we go. Here's what I need you to do in the chat right now. We're coming to the end of the stream. Let's get our brains energized for the weekend. Okay. I want you to type what you're doing, what prep you're going to work on this weekend. I want you to do it right now. I want you to start typing. I'm going to sip some coffee. I'm going to think about a few things. I'm going to play some music in my head, but you're going to put in the chat right now because believe it or not, activity in the chat actually does help the stream. It's part of the algorithm. Like I said, no algorithm speech is going to happen. All I'm going to tell you is that when you're active in the chat says, oh, I like that. And then it tells the platform that, hey, people are talking over here. And hey, maybe more people want to come over here. And that's going to help the stream. All right, so get on it. Get it on it. Wouldn't let me join on Twitter for Christopher Powell. So I can't remember if it was Sergeant or Corporal Powell. That's right. I know who Mr. Powell is. Good to see you, my friend. I think about you from time to time. In a good way, of course. But yeah. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and turn that caption off right there. We're going to hide that. And while you're just typing away with your tiny little thumbs telling me about what preps you're going to do or how much of a slacker you are because you didn't type anything, I'm going to do a little bit of shameless storage settings. Hey, enable to. Why do I need to free up storage space? Shut up, computer. I want to talk to you a little bit about EMP Shield. And now EMP Shield is important. I was watching some chat on the YouTube side before it actually crashed or before it quit working. It was working perfectly, and then it said, no, I'm done. But yeah, people are buying these things, and they're buying them because they finally realized that they don't have a plan to help their loved ones when something bad happens. They don't have a plan. And with this one device, 3 wires, a monkey can install it if you teach them to spin a wrench and point to whatever you want him to unscrew or screw. Anybody can do it. Not a joke. And now you have EMP protection for your vehicle. If you want it on your home, it'll save you about $60,000 if lightning hits your house. That's right. And it'll actually probably lower your insurance rate. You might want to look into it. There are links in the description. Go find them. You're adults. Spend your money as you wish. That is on you guys. Also, I want to talk to you a little bit about parcel safety. You know, the looming threat of global thermonuclear war is always on the minds of certain people. And some people are like, that'll never happen, you know. But the reality is that it's always those things we never think about that actually do happen. Now, I'm an affiliate. And by the way, I've got you a little code right there. And if you use Local Prepper, all one word, I think that's the code. It's on the screen someplace. When you hit the link, it's in my description someplace, or on my link tree or something like that, then I got you 25% off, guys. I got you 25% off. As you can see, I do have my own stuff there. Like I said, that's kind of like the grab and go station. I do have a mirror safety mask, but I don't want to spend, $300-$400 on a mask that doesn't even come with filters. If you haven't checked that out, that's actually what happens. And I'm telling you this as a mirror safety affiliate. So I do know exactly what I'm talking about. Take advantage of that code. Take advantage of 25% savings. The PA1 filters, they are more than enough to take care of a fallout scenario and get you where you need to go safely. And I would definitely take a hard look at that. And lastly, I want to talk to you about the Jace case, guys. Right now, Jace Medicals actually has a pretty crazy deal where you're actually saving about $15 off of one of these cases. There is a link in the description, and there's a link on my link tree for using this code. I think it's only good for the next day or two. I don't know how long that particular code is going to be good because it was an extended code. If that code doesn't work, just use Local Prepper, all one word, and you'll get your $10 off the case. If you don't have antibiotics as part of your home first aid kit or first aid survival kit, then you probably want to look into it. Right now, the problem is getting worse with availability of medications. We already know that there's a lot of antibiotics and different spectrums, as well as ADD medications, mental health medications, mood altering medications that people are using. They're starting to run short on these things. And it's all about, not about the production, it's about the ability to produce because of lack of ingredients. So you might want to take a look at that. And like I said, you're adults, you'll make your own decision. All right. So I pretty much shamelessly promoted all of my major big things. Obviously, I do have other stuff that I'm affiliated with, but they're all what I call trusted products. You can find them on localprepper.net under trusted products. Go through there. And if you have any questions, you know how to find me. I'm pretty much on every platform on the planet. Okay. I don't see, Brian's got something in here. I don't know if I can get that. I think that's on Rumble. Let me check the chat on the other side. Let's see here. Oh, okay. So let's see here. People did some stuff I asked them to. Catitude says, where are we at here? I'm going to work on ways to have AC if power goes out. Dynamite. Look into it. Research it. If you got any questions, Catitude. Catitude's a Patreon, and she knows if she needs help, she's going to get it. Where are we at here? Chris Leroy says, more, I'm going to go ahead and make that bigger so I can actually read it. More garden planting, learn more about my radio, look into looking into that written disaster plan. That's awesome. That's awesome. What do we got? Chris Powell. Old Powell. Ammo purchases and working on my garden. It was Lance Corporal and Corporal when we worked together. Gotcha, bro. Gotcha. Yeah, my brain isn't, I've pretty much flushed a lot of those memories away, to be honest with you, man. After I left you guys, I did a lot of crazy ass shit, but it is what it is. Okay. And by the way, guys, look into, hey, Chris, do me a favor, let's see if it'll let you drop a link into your store. Chris owns a gun store. And I think that we need to support a lot of small businesses. Chris, do me a favor and drop that link in there. If not, if it won't take it, Just type out the name of the gun store and people can Google it. What we got here? Brian says he's going to work on organization. Believe it or not, that is a valid prep. I do it all the time. You start to work on all these different projects, you get all discombobulated, you can't find anything. And sometimes you just have to stop what you're doing and put everything where it's supposed to be so that you can actually start finishing those particular projects. Bradley is going to do yard work and preparing for his family stuff on Mother's Day weekend, but he'll be doing some gardening preps while yard working. It's called multitasking. Yes, friend, you can multitask. Let's see, Brad's got to take off. Where we got here? I got my parcel safety stuff here. Where are we at here? Oh, that one sounds cool. Window Licker says he's going to work on turkey enclosure, and he's got about 5 new bitty turkeys and some adult turkeys. They are super friendly. Nice. Yeah, my son has a couple of turkeys that will follow you around his property, and they'll come right up to you and stop and just wait for you to pet their heads, and they're like, oh, yeah, I like this. Nice. Let's see here. They're adults. We raised them from an egg. They will jump up in your lap. They are so cute. Yeah, that's cool. Cool. I always thought it was funny how turkeys can actually be so friendly. In the wild, they just run from everything. You know, they're not aggressive at all. They won't come up at anybody. But you know, if you raise them then they actually are pretty friendly. They're actually pretty friendly. Okay, guys, we've hit our 1 hour mark. I think everybody seems to be happy with what has happened so far, even though the YouTubes have, or not the YouTubes, but the old Rumbles has not really done much for us today. Let's see here. Pat says the deep state is messing with LP. They're trying to stop us. It's possible. Bob says he's working on radios. Let's see here. I'll talk here rather than feeding the algorithm. Gotcha. Ian says medical mostly, a little studying for the ham test. Gotcha. So everybody has something that they're doing. Your YouTube keeps stopping and starting. Isn't that special? Well, there's nothing I can do about that. And we have reached our 1 hour mark. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it and push some buttons and turn some things off. You guys, as usual, if you want to help out the channel, look for the links. Whatever it is, it's going to be positive. And of course, stay